Hi there. Come out to the woods today to show you a few bits and pieces, but as I was hiking up the trail earlier before we made camp, came across some unwanted waste out in the wilderness. This is never a good idea, and it makes things very difficult for plants and animals, and environmentally it's not a great thing. It does have some uses for the woodsman, and I'm going to show you a couple of those uses today. So if next time you're in the woods, I want you to pick up a few cans and bottle tops and that type of thing and take them home with you. Okay, not only are they a good source of materials for doing some bushcraft, but when you finish with them, take them home with you, clean up the wilderness. Okay, first thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to turn a simple drinks can like this into a candle lantern. And I don't have a knife with me, so what I'm going to show you quickly is how to strike a blade from a blade core. I cracked open this rock on the riverbed and removed a couple of flakes on the outside, and what I'm actually going to do is create a sharp edge with this flint that I can use to butcher the can a little bit and make ourselves a lantern. So I've got an edge here on this core which is less than 90 degrees. And all I'm going to do is bring a hammerstone down onto the side of the core, strike off a flake. Very simple, like this. You can hear the crack then, and that's actually produced us a nice flake off of the core that we can use to do what we need to do with the can. Okay. You can do this with your knife, of course, but obviously if you want to protect the edge, flint or another discoidal knife or something like that, some stone knife is a good idea. Imagine a centre line down the middle of the can, okay, and score that line down about 2/3 of the way down the can. As you can see, the flint does an excellent job of actually cutting into the aluminium of the can, no problems at all there. And then imagine that you're cutting across the top of the can, sorry, across the middle of the can here, in a semicircle. So only halfway round, at the bottom and the top of this cut. You can also rip the can as well, that works equally well. Okay, when you've got these two wings made like this, fold them out like this. And pull the can loop at the top, the ring pull, up like this. Now all that needs now is a tub candle lantern in the bottom, and you've got, if you hang it from a piece of string, you have a candle lantern. And when the wind blows, the candle will turn away from the wind, and the candle won't go out. But the shiny insides of the can will actually reflect the light and bring a warmth to your campsite. Next, what I want to show you is how to use the same can to make a emergency whistle. So if we take this little piece of one of these side pieces off here, what we need are two pieces of can. Again, mind your fingers when you're doing this. We need them about one piece about 2 inches long, and one piece about 1 inch long and about 1/2 inch wide. Okay, so we have two pieces here, one piece 1 inch by 1/2 inch, the other piece 1/2 inch by 2 inches. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make it easier by working with one side shiny and one side with writing on, just to make it easier for you guys to see. The short piece goes over the end of the longer piece, about like so. these wing bits here fold underneath like this and underneath like this. Now we have like a piece of a sleeve almost of aluminium that goes up and down across here. This then here, this piece at the end here, we're going to push down and fold it under. So now the sleeve can move up, but it can't move down. Okay? Then we take, where this edge here meets the here on the top, we're going to bend sharply downwards. And then we're going to roll these pieces, this remaining aluminium, around. Works with just aluminium cans, works with anything really, it works with small strips of plastic if you can get them to stay, into this sort of shape, and you can see it starts to resemble a whistle. And if you had a pea whistle or a referee's whistle, you'll notice that they come around and they have a pea in there that makes it rattle and it increases the volume. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to form the sides of that whistle with our fingers like this. One last thing I'm going to check though is that during the course of making this, the air chamber will probably have gotten a little squished. So we're just going to put a sliver of wood in here and just twist it a little bit so we've got a good airflow coming over the top of the hole. Now, we bring this around like this and blow in here, and we should end up with a whistle that works. There you go. Emergency whistle made from trash can out in the woods. Teach it to your children. It's a life-saving skill.